snack. Squirrel snacks. I'll leave it there for that little guy. I see. Holy man. Believe it. What are these? Any ideas what those are? My garden this year has been basically destroyed by grasshoppers and drought and disease. So what my focus is to put some food up in my pantry is to find some wild mushrooms and anything I can source that is harvested from nature. Anything wild that I can find and put up, I am putting the effort into it. So today I'm on the hunt for some yellow boletes. Now these grow wild here in northern Alberta, and I'm sure they grow everywhere, but these are the ones that don't stain purple or blue when you bruise them. There's different varieties and such, but this is what I'm doing. I'm collecting them, and I will be freeze drying these and putting them on my pantry shelf. We've had like 5 inches of rain in the last week, so the mushrooms have exploded here on the farm. I cut the stem to make sure it's not the kind that will bruise blue and to make sure it's not wormy. Down the guineas. They're eating all the grasshoppers. This is gonna go well. Oh, did you find something to roll into? Huh? Max, did you find some poop to roll in? Come here. Come here. Good boy. Itchy nose, yeah. Ugh. See your friend? Hmm? Smell better? That's some nice poop. Nice poop. Reggie. Come on, Reggie. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come on, Albie. Come on. Oh, come on, Reggie. Hey, buddy. Come on. Oh, up the tree. Okay. Good boy. Oh, there's Nedder. Hey, Mr. Ned. Hey, buddy. Oh, here we go. There's a bunch here, but I don't think they're edible. Well, maybe these guys. Yeah. Really? A little wormy. No good. Okay, you two. Lots of bugs. Lots and lots of bugs. No good. What do you think, Reggie? Any good ones here? There's a whole bunch here. I'm not sure if they are edible. Gotta look and see if they're spongy or gilly. Spongy, but it looks wormy. Wormy. This one looks good. It was nice and firm, but it's not good. It's full of worms. That one's too. Whew. Look at this one. This is not, it's not really poisonous, but it's not one you'd want to eat. There's a baby one. What does it look like underneath? There's a whole bunch of them. Wormy. I think they're just so cute. Not for us to eat though. Set off the forest alarm. Oh, these guys are annoying. Big nope. Oh my goodness, Guinea. I hear you. Don't see you. Leave them alone so they can continue to work on our hopper population in the horse pasture. Whoa. That's a lot. When it comes to cut flowers and selling to florists, we're definitely feeling the recession up here in our part of the province. I'm not sure what it's like for the rest of the places, but it's been pretty slow when it comes to selling cut flowers. My garden is not the best this year, and it is very neglected with weeds, mainly because I've been on the road all summer long with baseball, and I've only been home for the last few weeks. The tomatoes have just taken over the garden, and including the phlox, but it's still so pretty. I weeded it. It's just all tomatoes. All of it. I didn't get a chance to trellis them, so they're taken over. But man, there's some huge tomatoes. These are smaller ones, but let's see if I can find some big ones to show you. This is one of those Dr. Witchy's tomatoes. There's some bigger ones of it, but they're not the biggest ones I found. There's some big ones in here, for sure. But the big ones are, goodness, where were they? In here. I think these are the black crim. There were some really massive ones of these. They're just growing everywhere. Those are definitely not determinants. Those are indeterminates. Just let it do its thing. The greenhouse is much worse. And the hydrangeas, they got chewed off by the grasshoppers, but they're starting to do a comeback now, which was a total bummer. Some of them completely got chewed off and didn't recover from the grasshoppers. My dogwood got chewed off too, so I couldn't use it because there was like a bite out of every leaf for a cut flower filler, so I left it. Just trying to salvage whatever I can and not put too much effort into something I can't change. Greenhouse is a disaster zone. Tomatoes just kind of took over, and I'm just leaving it do its thing. I'll harvest the tomatoes when they're ready, and that's about it. Grasshoppers kind of wiped me out, so I'm just gonna kind of come in here and plant some seeds for fall harvests. I have a friend in here, I'll show you. This guy is wounded. He's in here because we're protecting it from the animals till it can recover. It is a Nighthawk. I'll just give it some space. It eats grasshoppers and mosquitoes. We do have some stuff coming in. Tallow lilies are kind of just getting damaged, but yep, tomatoes. As far as the eye can see, they're not ready to harvest yet, but I'm just coming through and picking what's ready as it's ready and letting it do its thing. Little bee. Carnations just keep getting ate by grasshoppers. With all of the rain that we've had, you'd think we'd be done with them, but damage is already done, a little too late. So, that's what it looks like in the greenhouse at Hotchkiss Flower Farm. Fun times. I have some weeding to do, clearly. This little nighthawk, I found it yesterday. It was having a hard time flying past me, and it actually knocked itself out by flying into the hard panel of the greenhouse. So we picked it up and we brought it in here. It can actually fly out if it chooses to, but the animals can't get access to it. Hopefully it will recover. This is a nocturnal bird. I think it's pretty young, and they do nest on the ground, so it is very comfortable being on the floor or the ground level. And they mainly eat mosquitoes or moths. They typically like to hunt at night around streetlights, and they dive down and open their mouths and just like take big gulps of little no-see-ums or mosquitoes. So hopefully it will make a full recovery and it will be able to fly its way out. The greenhouse is a good spot for it because there's lots of food, water, and lots of protection from being harmed by other predatory animals. Before we preserve those mushrooms, let's just take a quick look at the farm. These are some of the perennials that I planted. These are the sedum that I planted this spring, if you had seen my unboxing videos. And these are some of the dahlias that I had planted that didn't have any symptoms of gall, so hopefully they're doing okay. And this is Sweet Annie. I'm really hoping to get some of these Florel dinner plate dahlias for this fall season. As you can see, my crops have been taken out. I did have zinnias and melons and all kinds of stuff planted in here, and they were chewed right off and eaten by grasshoppers. So this is what's left. Zinnias are actually budding. Very excited for that. There was some peppers and stuff in there, still are some, but the chickens had actually gotten in there, scratched them up. Not much to show you, but I am very happy that I do have some calla lilies that are going for it. We finally have the right temperatures. Sad little eucalyptus. So to preserve these up, I'm just going to chop them up into pieces. I like to check and make sure that they're not buggy. And as you can see, these are yellow all the way through except for the top part. That's how I know for sure that these are safe to eat. They're not bruising any dark colors. They're just staying this butter yellow color. And there are so many of these boletes, that like different varieties of them. But these guys, they're foamy. Like they have like a spongy underside instead of gills, and that's how you know that these are safe to eat. The spongy part, when they're older, they get kind of icky and mushy, so I like to pull that off and put that in the compost. And then this part is firm, and it still works for cooking and making soups or gravies and stuff like that. These are actually wine caps. These ones are cultivated. I had installed these mycelium this spring and some last spring as well, and they are blooming. And so I had some extra ones that I didn't use for dinner, though, so I thought I would just fill a tray with that. And that's what the haul looks like. Putting it into the freeze dryer, it'll take a couple days, probably just about 48 hours probably, to dry these completely because there's a lot of moisture in them. And I will bag them up and put them in jars. I will use these probably within the year, so I'm not gonna put them in Mylar bags. I've had this freeze dryer for a few years now, and I sure enjoy putting up my harvest with it. Definitely a game changer when it comes to food preservation. This is what mushrooms will look like when they come out. They're just dry. These are from previous. Thank you so much for watching my vlog today. Here are some clips of some of the flowers that I've harvested here on the Hotchkiss Flower Farm, and just some updates of what we've been up to between baseball and family time. I hope you enjoy. Much love.